Hello everyone and welcome back to the Blackfoot Book Club and another volume of my essential film reviews collection. Welcome back everyone, thank you so much for being there. Where's his scrotum, Llewyn? Where's his scrotum? Towards the end of the opening act, long-suffering and perpetually angry Jean, Carey Mulligan, dismisses our protagonist with a damning shot across his bowels. You don't want to go anywhere, and that's why all the same shit is going to keep happening to you, because you want it to. And therein lies a simple metaphor for the film as a whole, as well as a continuing insight into the fractious state of the relationship between Jean and Llewyn Davis, Oscar Isaac. Whilst Jean is settled and pursuing a singing career in the same underground cafes as our protagonist, Llewyn is unsettled, frustrated and desperate for his art to receive the recognition he believes it deserves. But playing for the basket or the night's takings at small, cramped cafes leaves Llewyn constantly without money or the desired recognition, and we follow his painful yet blackly comedic merry-go-round as he stumbles from one disaster to another. Sound familiar, Coen Brothers fans? What's also familiar is the brooding, sometimes morose tone, but what has again been overlooked is that viewed with more sympathetic eyes, this could and should be viewed as a melancholic masterpiece. Based on the life of folk singer Dave Van Ronk and his highly recommended memoir, The Mayor of MacDougall Street. Ta-da! The film attempts to capture life in Greenwich Village, New York, in 1961. Kitsch songs abound, as does garish clothing, and both belong to a bygone age, but this only serves to heighten Llewyn's frustrations. The title of Inside Llewyn Davis may refer to us as the audience being within the confines of this frustrated singer and experiencing his inner torment, but similarly it can be seen as slightly ironic, as Llewyn is anything but inside, but very much outside, and struggling to find his rightful place in the burgeoning folk rock scene of the 1960s. The film is set in 1961 and pre-Bob Dylan, however the film is inexplicably linked to Dylan in so many ways. Dave Van Ronk and Bob Dylan were on-off friends for many years and both pioneers of the folk scene. One received universal acclaim as one of the greatest singer-songwriters of our age, whilst the other was marginally less successful. But history aside, the film is soaked through with a Dylanesque tone and sepia colouring, right through to feeling like his famous album cover for the Freewheelin Bob Dylan. It may just be me. Okay, it probably is just me. But seeing Llewyn trudging head down through the Chicago snow is vaguely reminiscent of this album cover, and Dylan himself appears in the finale. More to the point, the lyrical style of Llewyn's final song, If I Had Wings, morphs into an until recently lost Dylan song, and this is clearly no accident. The soundtrack itself is an absolute joy, with the above songs accompanied by many more, and many indeed played in full throughout the film, with a Dave Van Ronk original of Green Green Rocky Road playing over the end credits. However, the remaining songs are all original compositions created by Coen Brothers stalwart T-Bone Burnett in collaboration with many of the film's stars, including Carey Mulligan, Oscar Isaac, Justin Timberlake, and even the Coens themselves, and Marcus Mumford of Mumford & Sons. Any film starting with a single microphone and a singer warbling "Hang me, oh hang me" gets my immediate and undivided attention. The stellar supporting cast is headed by Coen Brothers stalwart John Goodman as a drug-addled, self-important and teller of tall tales guitar player Roland Turner, accompanied by his valet and driver Johnny Five, played by Garrett Hedlund. Both complement each other perfectly, with Goodman on superb form as the motor-mouthed and obnoxious Turner, full of utter self-importance, yet struggling with his own demons, and Headland provides the shade to his light, with an almost wordless performance and cigarette constantly dangling from his mouth. Here in the second act, however, as Roland, Johnny and Llewyn travel to Chicago, the film stalls and the act itself feels a little forced and out of place, but sandwiching this act are further supporting roles throughout the film, from Justin Timberlake as Jim, a soft-hearted and wide-eyed fellow folk singer and creator of the film's real laugh out loud, or should that be utterly cringeworthy song, Please Mr. Kennedy. Everything about this song needs to be seen, from the enthusiasm and innocence of Jim to the vocal support provided by Al Cody, Adam Driver, through to Llewellyn's initial disdain and final begrudging acceptance. It's one of the standout scenes of the film. Further support is provided by Ethan Phillips, Mitch Gorfine, and Robin Bartlett, Lillian Gorfine, who excel as Llewyn's put-upon friends, and Max Casella brings much light relief and brilliantly timed barbed comments as gaslight cafe owner Pappy. Jerry Grayson cameos as Llewyn's absent manager Mel, and Stark Sands brilliantly portrays Troy Nelson, so absurdly straight he steals the screen time with aplomb. There are many more characters throughout the film, but the joy of each one is that they are the perfect counterpoint to Llewyn every time. The light to his shade, the innocence to his cynicism, the fresh-faced enthusiasm to his world weariness. And this is exemplified by the terrific cameo from F. Murray Abraham as Bud Grossman. Oh, and not forgetting a cat called Ulysses. But unsurprisingly, it's the anti-hero of the title who excels, and Oscar Isaac, who brings his world-weary and frustrated Llewyn to life so expertly. Criminally overlooked for any serious awards recognition, he brings Llewyn to life and immediately into our hearts as he bears his soul with every song performance and every nuanced reaction as his life comically spirals out of control at every turn. His performance of Shoals of Herring for his father is heartbreakingly poignant, as is his impromptu audition for an impassive Bud Grossman. Here Llewyn again provides a brilliantly soulful and heartfelt rendition, whilst the dismissive and frankly bored prospective manager looks on him passively before dismissing him with, "I don't see a lot of money here." But the tragi-comic performance is aptly shown by Llewyn's gradual decline as the film progresses, his boiling frustration building as he's thwarted at every turn. As the sarcasm builds, his nuanced looks of contempt and disdain follow. Llewyn Davis simply does not fit in. He's estranged from his family, friends, contemporaries, and indeed life itself. Penniless and living life on the lam and in the clothes that he stands in. It's an astonishing performance of a lifetime from Oscar Isaac, and worthy of far more recognition than it initially was received. Like so many of their accomplished works, I was initially unsure of this latest masterpiece from the Coen brothers. Whilst it was love at first sight, this is nothing new for me, as I can't help but fall instantly in love with all of their creations. Further viewings enhance the experience and help capture the subtleties, but the looping time story and melancholic air left many audiences cold, unfulfilled and confused. Why does Llewyn suffer so, and so often? There lies the genius of the film and two of cinema's finest storytellers of our age. Considering my myopic love for all things Coen brothers, this is another odyssey of discovery and of life affirmation against the odds. Clearly I now need a good beard, a guitar, and a cat called Ulysses. Inside Llewyn Davis, directed by the Coen brothers. And another film I heartily endorse from those genius storytellers, but I am myopically biased. I leave you in peace and in solidarity, and I couldn't possibly recommend that film highly enough. And I hope to see you again soon. I hope the world is spinning and turning in your direction, in your corner of the world. Please take it easy out there, everyone. Peace.